Okay, so here is a deal. I asked Enda, Gooday, and Dragon to commentate over my fights on the recent tournament, the 49 POISE Eisenwave Tournament. That was super fun. It was fantastic experience overall, and thank you a lot for hosting that one. I usually do these post-tournament analysis on my own. Well, this time it's not going to be the case. You can let me know in the comments if you like this particular format. If you are going to like it, we are going to continue. And yeah, without further ado, please enjoy. Alright, the first match, it was against Pete. How do you see that match from your perspective? Like, what he was thinking and during the match?
So during the match, what we seen was we were pretty excited because it's pretty much a mirror match, but the difference is like the S-Stock versus the Shamshir. Now, on paper, I would say that the Shamshir is better because it's a guaranteed poise break. Oh no, it's a katana you're using, sorry.
Yep, it is katana.
The Shamshir is really handy because it has that guaranteed backswing. It can poise break in one, and I think so can get the katana, but I think it's more reliable on the shear. But yeah, the Storm Assault stuff is pretty funny. I still can't believe you pulled that off in the tourney, to be honest with you.
There is, like, one particular problem is that, like, we are playing on 150 plus latency. And it is very apparent that a lot of things are missing here. And Gamer, like, he made, like, very good decision with that rod thingy, like the coating on the weapon, because... spoiler, the first round I am losing, and I'm actually losing to the rod. So the essentially, like, you know, since status effects actually scale with the latency, it is just like it was such a good decision on the guy's part. And in the second round and the third one, I was very careful to not get in like a rotted anymore. But
Status pressure is very strong in this game, and it's a very handy way to deal with very high latency to get that guaranteed damage in. Because seeing as it does proc on the ghost hits, you have just a way to pressure someone without actually ever hitting them.
Yeah.
Because they have to deal with that rot.
Look at how rot like procced my thingy here.
And when you get poisoned,
getting landed by that true combo.
Yeah, again, Dragon, sorry.
No, when you get poisoned in a Souls game, it makes you stupid. It turns the rush on, and you just start playing dumb. It happens every time.
Yeah, like have you seen like how here, like basically that was like a time attack moment. Look at my HP. I had like to put everything on one card, so I like decided to rush the guy down. But like my damage was not high enough to kill him. I wanted to draw like this particular round, but didn't manage.
You were close. You were very close.
I think the issue is like as soon as your tier proc, you just instantly went aggro onto him.
Yeah,
and
perhaps.
that led to you to getting the true combo. Because that's the one thing about like heavy thrusting sword, you always gotta watch out for their true combos. You can't really aggress on them. That's why I love the rot coming out from Pit.
Look at this fucking Storm Assault, man! Like, you know, Storm Assault is beautiful on this tournament because since like the poise limit here was 49, then you can just use it out of the natural and it is like super powerful. Otherwise, you need to do the setup. Yeah, here you don't have to. It's beautiful. Absolutely love the Storm Assault in this tournament, and I truly think like Storm Assault is probably the most powerful Ashe in this particular tourney under this rule set.
I'm still curious as to the difference in the matchup here between. Oh, that was nice. That was a really nice punish for that empty jump. But like the Shamshir versus the Katana, I'm still not sure. Oh yeah, so unfortunate. But the difference between the two, what do you think, Stu? What would be
this build originally had Shamshir offhand. So yeah, like I guess that answers the question.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
It's just like, so I decided to just force it here with the Endure, because I'm like, man, like, you know, I have like a huge problem managing stuff around on this latency, so I'm just gonna poise through it and just gonna spam the R1. It worked, thankfully. But yeah, like, to be honest, like, this match was hardest for me in the whole tournament just because of the latency difference, as that build that I have here doesn't really have like answer to the latency. It is like low lat like build. Man, that fucking look at that anti-air with the katana. This is like an absolute beauty of this setup.
One of the things I really like about the choice to go to the katana instead of the shamshir is shamshir has no range, and that's why we see the anti-airs right there. But also, shamshir can only really be used when you have your opponent in a corner like this. And with the running R2, it makes it really easy for your opponent to get out of the corner, so you really can't use your main weapon effectively if you want to use your secondary weapon effectively. So I don't know if they really have a lot of synergy together, whereas I think the katana definitely has synergy with the great stock or whatever it is, the great heavy thrusting sword. And it also, oh my god, that damage. And it also it complements the weapon with a guaranteed poise break that's faster than your regular R1s there.
Yeah, like overall, like I personally preferred katana over shamshi. That's all what I can say. So like we have like this is like a 10 seconds of look on the bracket, and yeah. So overall, there was like a plenty of very cool fights, but up to this point. What you think? Oh, yeah, let's get back. Up to this point, which fight you like the most, and from the caster perspective?
Man, from the caster perspective, I'm just having a quick jogging my memory here on the
So
bracket.
yeah, we had like this space like had the fight against zombie, but that one was kind of one-sided, like knowledge check. The dark against Riptide, I don't know. Then you have like a.
I honestly think my personal favorite matches to cast for any of them involve Zaro. Number one, because like the people in chat were going absolutely mental, and as well as that, it's like this. How is this working? What is going on? Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
we're
gonna get to Zaro in my third place match. So yeah, let's get there.
We found the answer eventually.
yeah. All right. Like the next fight is against me versus Miasma, and it is essentially. So Miasma, I have been playing against Miasma in freaking 2 days before the tournament, and I have no idea why he decided to go with dual curved swords. To be honest, he was playing different setup beforehand, and he was doing like very well with that setup. Like, I think the dual curved sword, especially when I am playing freaking Storm Assault, it is just like not a good idea.
Yeah.
You really cannot aggress with it. And like, we have sorry, like I'm gonna finish like quickly. Like Miasma also is from Poland, so we have like ultra good connection. We have like a 20 ping around, or something around that. So yeah, that's. Okay, what you wanted to say? Good day.
As someone who has a lot of experience on curved swords, I don't think they benefit at all from 49 poise.
Yeah, I don't think so. Too.
Because the first hit on your running attack isn't gonna poise break at 49 poise. You have to be lower than that. So you're not gonna benefit on the running attack. You're not gonna get the true combos off that. The only thing I think that is good about dual CS in this rule set is if there potentially could be status on them, like having frost on them could potentially be good. But even then, you just have the damage output from the great FA.
That is correct.
And I think as well as like there's such a range disadvantage here all the way through, and he has to aggress. All he really has is those run R2s, and maybe trying to catch you in a mix of like a crouch R1 or crouch L1.
Sorry, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna interrupt here. Like, I have seen this pivot coming.
Oh, no.
I see like the gamer like running around and like, okay, I see this move, I attack. I must. And like pivot gonna come. And I have no idea how that lined up, but it lined up perfectly. Also for 20 kek.
Well, getting a pivot lock on someone using curved swords too. I mean, getting that read, knowing that curved swords are gonna, they're really only entrance is the running attack. Or the jumping attack, so it's sprinting at all times.
Another pivot,
and there's another one right there. That's you know at some point if you can time it right, you got them. I mean, that is the unfortunate part about curved swords.
One of the ways that
to Miasma's credit, like he got like any damage any hits he did get on you, like cut your health bar in two, like, it was like crazy damage output, but he just wasn't able to hit enough. It was really, really sad to watch because he just couldn't make use of any of the openings, and you were just always in a position to like punish him,
it
like
was
there,
really like build difference in this particular fight. It also shows like how fundamentally Elden Ring is a lot about that freaking setup. more than anything else. Yeah, it's like the proper build preparation is just so incredibly important here.
One of the ways we were talking about pivoting earlier, one of the ways that I prevented pivoting when I used to play Dual CS is instead of going for these like tight spacing that you normally do on different weapons, especially on good ping, you want to go for more like snake patterns where you're snaking back and forth while you're approaching your opponent. And then as you get closer and closer into the attack, you really want to wait for them to attack and then roll in and then use your rushdown, because you're a rushdown weapon. You're waiting for them to do a roll or an action where you can get in. You really want to push the stamina disadvantage on curved swords. That's like the main point of curved swords, is making your opponent on the back foot.
Overall pivots and like all the other inconsistencies on the game, like overall like things that might freak you up. There is like also the reason why I am not wiggling too much around when I am crouch poking, just because I know that like doing such things might lead to the situation that you are going to have your input eaten, for example. Yeah. So this is another funny thing about Elden Ring overall. Like the game has a lot of the issues with its movement, and because of that, like I think like it is important to develop particular strategies to kind of protect yourself from potential issues within the game, if that makes sense. So like I wanted to add, like in this situation here, what happened here, my running attack, my decision for the running attack comes from the fact that I see Miasma being on the low HP. I just assume the gamer is in the menus at the given moment. And I'm pretty sure he was, because yeah, he just, you know, he didn't even try to dodge it. So yeah, it's basically, that's quite funny. Like also when people say that like, oh, like the menus are like, menu swaps are so OP, no. And that's perfect example. This is fight against Dark, and this is the one that knocks me out of the potential possibility to get the first place. I'm gonna lose the whole fight. And quite interesting thing about the first round is, I think I went here basically, he hit me once, essentially.
Yeah.
That hit that you have seen is going to be the only hit. Like the rest is just like me playing fucking, like reading everything super well in this particular match. And yeah, it's I think like I kind of knowledge checked Dark quite heavily in the first match. He just basically wasn't really prepared for the Storm Assault, especially Storm Assault. Like, you know, it's if I recall correctly, like he's going to just straight up like run into it at some point here. But there is not much to say about like this particular look. Like every single read just works for me. And here he's another look. He swapped the talisman here.
Yeah, and you got a spot on, like.
Yeah. Like,
and it shows the disparity too in this game. With, you know, you get to the point where when the health bar starts going down, you start thinking to yourself, damn, you know, I've lost so much momentum here, and it's gonna be so hard to come back because of the damage that everything does. And he's just running around in circles waiting for the opening that is not gonna come. And we've all been there. That sucks. That really sucks.
All right. The second. Yes.
One thing that I think Darksub could have done in that situation, he's not running an offhand, right? He has nothing on the offhand.
Nope. No.
He could be running that.
Wait, you mean Dark is not? No. He's running something on the offhand. No.
Oh, what's?
I don't. I'm not
isn't
sure.
Or maybe he isn't.
I think he's just running one-handed for the faster attack on the katana, like because you have faster frames when you have it one-handed. And if he's not running anything on the offhand, I would honestly consider running that kite shield that boosts your damage and defense when you're at low health, or just a regular, you know, good shield. Because Cat and Board is honestly really, really good in general, and at 49 poise, I would assume that it's also going to be pretty strong. I guess you can't run no skill, right? Is that also in this
that would be a problem. So he's not going to be able to get
no skill was banned under this rule set. That's why he's like running like no fucking additional shit or something like that, I think. Because yeah, no skill was completely banned out of this tournament. So yeah.
Yeah, that could definitely be an issue.
What's the ping between you two, out of curiosity?
40.
40.
Exactly,
yeah,
40. Like, oh, Dark also is from Poland. It's just that from the North Poland.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I got like two Polish gamers, one after another. And this is so unfortunate. Like this is so unfortunate because I just simply thought I am safe.
Yeah.
Like
I think
like look at the distance. Yeah, it's like I got hit by like the last fucking like part of the hitbox here. This is so unfortunate, and this is the last round that I am going to lose. And like first here, I went for the early roll because I wanted to do like punish after that one, but I did it too early. I supposed to wait a little bit longer, but the idea was to iframe it and then like counter attack immediately. So like this round is so unfortunate to me because vast majority of my reads were just incorrect in this one. It's like, you know, I thrown a lot of the 50-50s and I lost almost every single of them. Or maybe even every single of them, which is going to be very apparent. But yeah, this is like how sometimes like the comp PvP boils down to. Like it's basically up to the particular reads, particular guesses that might go in the favor or like against the favor of yours. And you might actually, because of that, either win or lose. And what happened here, I basically made many mistakes when it comes to the particular topic of just reading the game. By the way,
ooh, that's a great catch right there.
Too.
Yeah, like
I think Dark as well did a really good job of being very non-committal all the way through this fight.
Like look for example here, so unfortunate for me that I decided to go for swap here, and decided to cast Glintstone at the moment he started casting. Like it's just like, you know, a lot of things like that happen during this match. Like every single time I see him aggressing, I can just like get him with the offhand katana. It's just like you know, something that is absolutely normal. But for example here, I see his jump and I wanted to put him off the air with the L1, and unfortunate, like, you know, if he would delay his attack more, I could do that. But he didn't do it, so because of that, it just didn't work. Here, you guys like started like screaming on about this particular thing.
Yeah.
What I did here, I purposely aimed on the wall for the sake of to bounce off the beast roar, which is actually the mechanic.
Amazing.
And I tried it again here, but sadly, like he got iframes on. So yeah, but yeah, that's basically a mechanic within the game. You can bounce off the beast roar off the walls because it like makes the AOE effect very, very cool. You wanted to say something, Dragon?
Well, no, we see the reverse situation here of him knowing, as you were in the first fight, he knows he has the momentum with that health advantage, and it's just puts you in a spot where you have to aggress, and if he plays it smart, there's not a whole lot you can do, knowing that, you know, he can just react to that at any point. So as long as he keeps his head, that's such a hard ladder to climb. It's so hard.
What happened here? I got that hit. I got the second one, and my idea here was, look, that was this position of the legs. It is basically I'm starting the Storm Assault. So I was sadly minimally too late with it. Again, bad read, and because of that I got hit. And now my idea further is to click again the Storm Assault. I'm spamming it, as you can see here in the bottom right corner, but it just simply, sadly, doesn't work.
Doesn't go through.
Yeah, it didn't go.
You can see the dust come up too. It's so close to wanting to come out.
Yeah, and it would be like truly a game changer. And here, like the reason why I went for the backstep at the end is because I have, after all these hits, I thought like, okay, he's doing the rollout. He cannot have stamina. So I went with the backstep to aggress, but turned out he still had stamina, and because of that, I simply like lost that particular round.
Just call it what it is. That's a Dark Souls 2 moment right there.
Yeah, it's that is Dark Souls 2 moment right here. And to be honest, the best fight incoming. So
you know, honestly, I think that decision to R1 at the end there on the crouch would have been bad in any other rule set except 49 poise, because normally you are wanting on such low stamina like that, you're just going to take a punish afterwards. The only way that you don't take a punish there is if you interrupt, and so being able to be on low poise and guarantee a poise break there just means that you always win that no matter what happens.
Yeah. Okay, but now, guys, this is legendary player. Phantom Zaro is my favorite player of the tournament. He was bodying everyone with fucking dragon heads. Until like he met Frosty that bodied him with the Lion's Claw.
Which was one of the most hype. There was a couple of hype matches this entire tourney. The Sari versus Phantom with that run back. was just insane. And then of course Frosty versus Zaro when he, how many times did he Lion's Claw?
I think twice or 3 times definitely landed. So I have decided to go with a different approach because he's using the thingy, the dragon heads at the beginning of the match. So I decided to start with the bow look. And so my idea here is that I'm just gonna pretty much aggressively react to his endure. And look what I have here. On this fucking Stitcher. Bottom left corner.
Giant Hunt.
Yes, because of the... I'm actually not sure if Giant Hand gives you hyper armor or super armor. I think it gives you hyper armor, but still enough for the sake of to just like survive through the Zaro's cheese. So like, it's basically, I couldn't put the Lion's Claw, and I had like one more option besides Giant Hand. I also had, look, it's like, basically, yeah. Like, I normally, in the normal situation, I would just use the Giant Hand here again, but I decided he's low enough on the HP so I can finish him off just with the regular katana. So here you have like an example of him using the Dragon Heads, and I'm just simply using the barrage to, you know, to kind of ruin his poise, yeah, and from now on we are on the equal footing. I have decided to keep on with bows here, just kind of, you know, because I thought like, you know what, that might be actually not bad if I'm gonna try to sleep him. By the way, the referee like got hit by the dragon head firstly, and now he getting hit by my arrow. So like a poor guy, man.
Lateral damage is real
headshot.
there.
So here, like, you know, I just kept my composure. Instead of panic rolling, I decided, you know, to simply shut down another arrow because I thought so that he is very low. I sadly didn't punish it because I freaked up the swap, but like I decided to look at that ground slam on the Ash. So yeah, I was prepared. Ground slam has actually a super armor, so if he would start using the endure and then like try to cheese me with something else, then I could simply just, you know, basically poise through it. Yeah.
I like how you're playing into it here as well by forcing him into, like, he wants you in the corner. You're kind of baiting him to use that so you can use it as well, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh well, and yeah, this is basically my whole story on the tournament. 3rd place, and yeah. By the way, like my chat decided like it's time to create a new meme, and it fucking spreads because like in the recent, I have played recently 4 tournaments. First out of these 4 is like a 3rd place, then 2nd place, then 3rd place, and again 3rd place. So I am officially Bronzowski apparently. And I wonder if this name is going to stick for a while. But
Story of Bronzowski.
Yeah.
How he always came up short.